going on, YouTube? Triple C's in the house on his new bike. So here she is, guys. It's a 2007 FZ6 or FZ6, and I honestly think this is the perfect bike for me. It's just amazing. And I'll explain to you guys why I got this instead of the new FZ09 or FZ9, and why I think this offers such good value. Actually, what I did was I sold my ZX6, and I was able to buy two bikes with that. I bought this for myself, and I also ended up buying Suzuki 650 for my wife. So that's reason why I did that. Reason two is I live pretty far from the city now, and I do have to commute back and forth, and I just didn't want to do that to a sport bike. It's going to kill through the tires. Yeah, sure, I could have put on sport touring tires on a sports bike, but I just didn't want to go that direction. I didn't want to wear a super sport for commuting. So I decided to get this. And why is this so perfect? Or why is it so perfect for me? Obviously the value of the bike is cheap. As a lot of you guys know as well, I had my Daytona 675 stolen from me, and anywhere I took my ZX6, I felt like that's the same shit that I was going to have to go through. I was always worried about someone going to vandalize the bike, someone going to tip it over, someone going to back into it, whatever. I just didn't want to have that worry on me anymore. Guys, I'm sorry for the wind noise, pretty windy. So I just went ahead and I just got rid of it for, you know, that reason alone. I can ride this bike around. If something were to happen to it, I don't feel so bad about it anymore. I don't have to be so paranoid. I don't have to worry about it. I really wanted to get the FZ6. I was like stoked about that bike. But again, it comes down to value, you know. Even though it's a very affordable bike, I've never bought brand new. I just think it's total waste of money. Money's not really the question. It's just I have to be smart about my money. I don't want to spend stupid amounts of money on something and then have it devalue $4,000 in a year. I'm sure I'll get one eventually. But again, this is full fared, and it still has 98 horsepower, which is freaking amazing. You know, a lot of guys are buying the FZ6R, and they put an R next to it. They put on fairings. They made it look, to some people, better. But in my opinion, this bike looks better. It's got like more horsepower. I feel that, you know, in terms of comfort, it's pretty much the same. I like the dual headlight. I don't like that Cyclops looking thing. I love blue. I'm back to blue, baby. I got motorcycles on my mind. But yeah, so this just works for me. And still, it's freaking awesome. It uses a detuned R6 engine. You know, I've joined Team Yamaha. I'd always joke about Yamahas, but it's happened. Got a fucking piece of shit BMW tailing me. And so much fun, guys, so much fun. Because you're upright, you have so much more control. Yeah, yo. FZ6 pros and cons. Now, I'm going to start off with pros, I'll go on to cons, man. There's a few things that I'm still getting used to that's kind of pissing me off. I'll probably have to do something about it eventually. But anyway, pros. Affordable, looks cool. It all around is a great commuter bike. You can still have fun with it. Fuel economy is pretty much like every other 600. You know, it's a cool bike, man. It's a cool bike. I've been really enjoying it. I've had it for about a week now. I've put on maybe 500 kilometers on it. And, you know, in terms of comfort, practicality, power, value, this bike honestly offers it all. I bought it obviously secondhand, so I got a great deal for it. Had 12,000 kilometers on it, which is not a lot at all. And, you know, eventually I'm going to be getting a top case for the back, a GV top case. I've already ordered the mount. It's just going to work for me as a commuter bike. It's going to offer so much practicality. So overall, I'm really liking it. Now, in terms of cons, guys, there's quite a few, but I still love this bike. I don't know if that makes any sense. Man, I can't imagine a pipe on this thing. It would sound sick. Still yellow, it's all legit. Oh, it's police. Hello, police officer. Hello, I did nothing wrong. Con number one that is just driving me insane, and that is getting this bike into second gear. I've done a lot of reading about it. They're titling this shit as Yamaha clunk. Apparently, transmission in this bike's really clunky, and it is very, very clunky. I've checked things like chain slack. I've checked, you know, I've done all the basic shit, and with all the reading I've done, it's just it's the way the bike is. I'm gonna have to get used to it. So when you're going into second, you if you don't do it right, if you're not matching the RPMs, if you're not, you know, you really got to shift into second. Like, you can't just be a little pussy and just kind of click it in, because if you do, it's going to grind and bounce back to neutral, or you're just not even going to hit the gear. So you really have to kick it hard into second. I find that at low RPMs, it just, you know, it just happens. If you're at high RPMs, you're golden. But in city commuting here, I'll do it right now. You'll hear it. You'll definitely hear it. 4,000 RPM. Clonk. That was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But sometimes, yeah, if you're not really kicking it, if you're not expecting that, oh, it's second gear, dude, remember, you really gotta fucking reef it into second. You're gonna get a grind and some vibration in the shifter, and you know, it doesn't feel good. I'm sure it's not good for the bike, but it happens. Let's see if I can do it again. Oh, damn traffic, you're screwing up my vlog. Where am I? Westy. Oh, I got a long way to go. Long way to go. Here, let's see. Oh, now, fuck, man. It's shifting. It's still clunky, but it's shifting. I'm not getting the vibration because I'm getting used to the bike, and I'm just reefing it into second. All the other gears are fine. Third, smooth as butter after that, man. It's nice. I got a little biker wave, not a big one. Cheapskate. So, oh, fuck that, I'm going. So that's con number one, is that first to second. Going down, going every other gear, up and down, everything is dandy, everything's great. It's just first to second. You really have to kick hard to get it in that gear, and it's clunky. Like any bike, going downshifting into like first is clunky. That's normal on all the bikes I've had. This is one little thing that's really pissing me off. It's really annoying when you're stuck in traffic. If you're on the highway and you're really riding hard and, you know, whatever, everything's great. It's just that little thing. You know, number two, the bike has, I've noticed on the FZ6, I've test ridden it, it's even worse. It's brutal. The throttle control is really bad. It's like very jerky. It's bad. The on-off throttle is just brutal. Something else that bothers me is like this fucking suspension. Look at this thing. Look at the travel on this thing. Woo! That's like, I don't even have to try hard to get the suspension going on this thing. I think I just, boom, bottomed out right there. Eventually, I think I'm gonna get some Race Tech springs and change the oil. I'm gonna put a 5 in it, or oh wait, I think there's a 5 in it right now, and I'm gonna go up to like 15. I've even thought about doing an R6 fork swap, which you can do on this bike. So that's something else that really bothers me. It's really squishy, so if you're riding hard, if you're throttling on and off, you know, the whole fucking thing shakes like a boat, because I'm just used to having that stiff suspension of a Super Sport. If you're in a corner and you know, you have to do some throttle off or whatever, and the front end sinks in, you know, it's not cool. It also causes under braking when you're braking. These are like R6 brakes. They're great brakes, but when you brake, the whole fucking bike dips forward. It doesn't help. But man, does it pick up, man. That's freaking awesome. Another thing is on the highway when you're going above legal limits, like even if you're doing 100 kilometers on the highway, everything's good, you know. It's got little grommets in the pegs and it's got stuff going on here. So the bike is nice and smooth, but if you're going like 140 on the highway, it gets a little bit buzzy for sure. It gets buzzy. Buzzy. So guys, that's it, you know. That's why I did it. Those are the pros and the cons of this bad boy, and I still love the bike. Even with those cons, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So much fun, so comfortable. And it's a new bike, so I'm gonna have to be able to tinker around with it again, buy little things for it, buy some new levers for it, buy a windscreen. I'm buying a GV case on this bad boy so I can keep my shit locked up and not have to worry about someone stealing my tank bag. So yeah, man, it's gonna be sweet. It's 2015, baby. I'm doing it on an FZ6. It's been fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Triple C is gonna say goodbye for now. You guys ride safe. And, you know, let me know if you guys have an FZ6 or an R6 if you notice the same shit with the transmission. I'm curious. You know, if you guys have any recommendations on things I can do or what it could be, or if that's just the way, that's the nature of the beast. You guys are awesome. Keep riding. If you don't ride yet, just hang in there. You'll get older and you'll be able to ride and you'll have all this fucking fun. You know, with age, guys, you don't have to stop having fun. Your toys just get bigger and more expensive. It's awesome. All the best, guys. Triple C is going to say goodbye for now. Peace.